Homeowners associations, we have pros and we have cons. Some people love them, some people hate them. Usually what I hear is I don't want anything to do with a homeowner association, or I hear I will only live in that house if it has a homeowner association. So where do you stand on HOAs? Do you love them or do you hate them? We're going to discuss that today. But before I jump in, my name is Tammy Carlson. I'm a local real estate agent in the Flower Mound, Texas area. We serve all the cities that surround Flower Mound, Texas. So I would love to have your feedback. If you'd like to comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, I would greatly appreciate it. So let's start with cons. Cons of living in a homeowner association. The biggest one that I hear is people feel like they're going to lose their freedoms of home ownership. You live in the house, you should be able to do whatever you want on your land. And I totally get that. So that is the biggest thing that I hear from people. So some of the cons that you may see on a homeowner association are there restrictions to what color you can paint the front of your house or your trim if it's a brick front, what color you can stain your fence, how tall your fence can be, just mainly painting your house, things like that. That's going to be your biggest cons of having the homeowner association. There's just rules keeping the garage down, only allowing your trash cans to be by the curb during that one day that the trash man's coming by. Those are going to be some of your restrictions. You also have maybe if you wanted to buy a house and you wanted to rent it out. Many homeowner associations do not have that availability to rent them. Some of them just have a cap, so there's only so many places that they will allow for renting. So if they only allow 15 houses in the smaller neighborhood to be rented and they've already reached that cap, then that's something that may be restricted on you as well. So that's definitely something you want to look into. That's mainly it on the cons of it all. So let's talk about pros. There are some pros for a lot of people that they absolutely love. So all of the houses are going to be clean and orderly. Since you're not going to be able to paint the house any color you want to paint it, you're not going to have a whole bunch of houses lined up in a row and then you're going to have your one blue house or pink house. They're not going to allow that. So it does keep all of the houses looking nice and orderly. Your yard's going to have to be cleaned. Your garage is going to have to be down. Your trash can's going to have to be put away. The fence is going to have to stay painted or stained. It can't be falling down. You're going to get a letter if it's falling down. You're not going to have your neighbor with a 15-foot fence, whereas the other side's only going to be a 6-foot fence. Things like that. So that's mainly the big pro of having it, on top of all the cool amenities that certain neighborhoods have. Some of the smaller neighborhoods are going to have just a pool and probably a little play set area for kids, a little park with usually there's some park benches, things of that nature. Some of the larger ones will have tennis courts, multiple swimming pools. I've seen dog parks, golf courses, things of that nature, ponds. And many of the times if there is a pond, they keep it cleaned, they keep it stocked so you can go and do catch and release fishing in there. So that's kind of cool. So those are the things you're going to pay for, and you get to utilize all of those things. Whether or not you want to contribute to those things, if you're not a person that's going to swim in the pool or play golf, you still have to pay it, whether you want to pay it or not, if you plan to live in that neighborhood. Another positive thing about a homeowner association, as we have found here in the North Texas area, is your homeowner property values are going to continue to rise up. Because since you have that homeowners association, everything's staying clean and orderly. So if you do have a home that does not have the homeowner association, a lot of times you have several homes and then you have that one house that just wants to do whatever they want to do with it. And it does drop property values, unfortunately, in that neighborhood. Some of the older neighborhoods will eventually drop down, but if the original people who were in there keep it up, then they can. So there's something called a voluntary homeowner association. So those are usually like $100 a year. It's not going to break your budget. It takes care of things like maintenance on the entryway, keep it nice and landscaped. It decorates the entry at Christmas with your Christmas decorations or your holiday flags. It'll also cover things like if there's a death or a birth in the family in the neighborhood, they'll send out cards, flowers, and a meal to that family. So that's always nice. So there you have it. You have your pros and your cons. There's good to the cons and there's good to the pros. So wherever you are in your walk in life, whether you hate homeowner association or you love homeowner association or you have no idea what a homeowner association is, and you just kind of wanted to know a little bit more about it, there you go. So if you do want to know more about homeowners associations, drop a comment below, or you can get my contact information below. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to give you some more information about homeowners associations. Any way I can help, just definitely let me know.